funny to us, but people, just imagine if you're new to this and you were just being exposed to these people, you would be so offended and outraged, especially if you were raised just like most regular people are, where you don't behave that way, you don't talk to people like that way. Because I will tell you, before I got exposed to these Negroes on Facebook and these groups like Black Men Being Brutally Honest and Relationship 2.0, I didn't used to talk to people like this. Like, it got to the point where it just was like, okay, chop a motherfucker head off. Well,
Hello, this is Kev, and welcome to Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Just sound checking real quick. All right, cool. We are going right now. Just just wanted to come to y'all real quick. Just let me wait for some people to get in here, but just wanted to just come on the air for a minute. And okay, let me just do what I always do at the beginning of these. I am one of the habitual line steppers. What I mean by habitual line stepper is that there's three of us. It's myself, of course, Black Men Being Brutally Honest, the best show on social media today. There's Roger Stevens of the Roger Report. And there's Donnie M. Bison of You Ain't Shit for Watching. All of our channels provide quality content and great discussions. So there are links in a lot of my videos to find these channels. So just go on this channel and find them. And I also, at the end of this broadcast, I will definitely provide the links in the description below. Okay. It is time to go. All right. Let's make this some cool shit here. I had a broadcast last night that I did, and it was basically talking about the several archetypes of hetero Black men and the challenges that we face and the challenges others have to face due to ourselves and due to the others that are around us. By others, I mean, Black men and Black women. I don't necessarily mean the children, because how can you hold the children? I mean, you can only hold children accountable for so much, but it's like the children. So, I mean, when I come to social media to speak, I want to speak like a thinking adult. basically. I mean, I feel like that if you are adult on social media and you choose to do these kinds of channels, then you know maybe we should start acting like adults. I mean, let's do like let me show y'all something. I said something last night during the broadcast. And I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm guilty of this. I didn't provide anything tangible when I said this and I made this claim. So, and the claim was we got into the TI discussion a little bit. And by the way, check that broadcast out once you're done with this one. It's the broadcast previous to this. It was a very interesting conversation. If you got a couple hours or even 30 minutes to check out some of it, or even 15 minutes, go ahead, check us out. We had Roger Stevens, Donnie M. Bison, and we had Mella on the panel last night. And, some things were said and, questions were asked and things got interesting. But anyway, T.I. came into the discussion and I made this claim. I made this claim. I said there are people on social media that are saying things like, if he's going to do that to his daughter, he should check his son's anus. And I would say to the sensible thinking black person, that sounds crazy. It really does. And what I don't get is when you say something like that, why does it not sound crazy to you? So let me show it to you. Let me pull the picture up real quick. Just bear with me for a second. All right. And some people are going to say the idiot was trolling. And, maybe it was the idiot was trolling. And, oh, you know how some of y'all get, oh, man, you just let things people say on social media get to you. But I'm just saying, like, when full grown adults say shit like this, I mean, what I want you guys to understand is that you don't know who's looking at shit like this. I mean, I understand, at some point we had a, a liberation movement that, turns you against anything that I would say, let me put this dog whistle term out here, patriarchal. People say there's no black male patriarchy in the black community. And they say it for reasons like, we're not the dominating class. In fact, we're defeated and we've been defeated since slavery. And yeah, I'm making another bold claim, but I made a bold claim last night and I didn't provide anything tangible. So here you go. Yes, there are people out there that are actually saying this. I blocked the name and I blocked half the face because there's always going to be speculation. People are going to say, hey, you know what? That probably was a white person. They probably say something like that. But I'm sorry. I mean, it had to be a black woman. It had to be a black woman. Um, and this is not going to be the black woman bashing, roasting broadcast. It's not going to be that. But at the same time, when you come to these male spaces, you shouldn't expect to have things the way you want them to go. Because I was on a panel last night, and shout out to RBR Network. Thanks for letting me on your panel, sir. I mean, there were views being tossed around, and one of those views was like, black women, they get attacked when they enter black male spaces. And I mean, I'm not gonna completely deny that. I'm not gonna say that it doesn't exist, act like it's a boogeyman, but it's like this. If you feel attacked, it's because you're saying shit like this. I mean, because it's like this. It's like this. It's like this. And you have people that deny this too. Black men are held accountable to a high degree. And I'm not talking about internet spaces either. I'm talking about reality, the reality of the situation. Especially the tremendous scrutiny that, hetero black men do come under Is like every group expects us to back them, but when you hear every group defer to us, it's not very positive. Now, this is a daddy talking to you. This is your father talking to you, since so many of you have father issues. All I see is dumbass father issues all over social media. Y'all got daddy issues. You say these boys got mommy issues, but look who's raising these guys. Like, seriously. It's like, why do they have mommy issues? Why is there such a high rate of single motherhood? And single motherhood is dog whistle. Yeah, it is. It's every time somebody hears single motherhood comes out of a black man's mouth, it's like, oh, here we go. But I mean, it's like this. The same people who say that shit ignore shit like this, and they just say it's trolling. What if a black man? What if? Okay, let's flip the situation. Let's flip it. What if Ti had his son's asshole checked, but didn't have his daughter's hymen checked, and he put it out there on social media? Since y'all like to say stuff like this. This comes from broken people. This logic comes from broken people. But so I'm just, flipping it a little bit. What if Ti had his son's ass checked instead of him like going to the gynecologist with his daughter? Like, then that's all he did. He went to the gynecologist, and him and his daughter talked about it. So the over clarity that a black man has to provide on social media is mind numbing. Believe me. So what if that situation? You know what y'all will be saying? He gay. He a child molester. He's weird. He's creepy. You would pretty much say the same goddamn thing. You really would. It's no satisfaction with you people now, and I'm not just saying this is just a sentiment of black women. I've seen black men say it too. I should have screenshot that, but hey, go on Facebook. You'll see it all over the place. You can deny it because most of y'all deny shit when people like me make these claims. Most of you will. Some of you, however, won't. And this is the people that I do it for, that I do this YouTube thing for, that I built that Facebook group for. Oh, wait a minute, because there was a we involved in that, and that we is a habitual line steppers. I know I say habitual line steppers a lot, but go ahead and get that in your head right now before it hits you like a fucking tidal wave. You know what I like to call people like this? Weirdos. I mean, these same folks like calling people weirdos. But, they're the biggest weirdos of all. Only a weirdo would say something like this. Let me read it out. It's like it makes me throw up in my mouth a little bit when I have to say it. But for those of you who might be a little sight impaired and can't watch the screen and you're just listening to it, the post says this: I wonder if T.I. checks his son's a-holes to make sure they're not gay. He's a great father. All I'm saying is this: with all the dangers of STDs and unplanned pregnancy, and like y'all say, unplanned and accidental pregnancy, how do you have pregnancy by accident? Because it's the same logic. Hey, you know what? There's a lot of women that's not checking penises for condoms. But when I start saying stuff like this, Kev, why are you bashing black women? Because I mean, and it's not bashing, but I see stupid shit like this all the time. Jesus. And look at the reacts. You got people laughing at this shit. And okay, and then for those of you out there that's gonna say, oh, maybe there's more wild reacts than left reacts. The dominating react goes first. And yeah, with by those 26 comments right there are some triggered guys because it's so wrong for a guy to be triggered when he looks at stupid shit. It's unfucking believable. But that's okay because I'll go ahead and admit it on air. A lot of us guys are triggered. A lot of us guys like to argue. A lot of us guys like to put this kind of logic in check. Why doesn't that make sense to people is beyond me. It's ridiculous. What is wrong with some of y'all? Seriously, what is wrong with some of y'all? That man is trying to be a father. And yes, I come on here as a black father, period. It's like, how the hell am I going to deny that if I help make the kid? I know there's a lot of guys out there that do that, but shit. But it's like this. Black fathers are so much there at an overwhelming rate that that one little fact makes the other side look bad because those guys are such a small percentage. I'm sorry I'm sorry, seriously, if you ended up in a situation where you have to take care of a child on your own. And there are plenty of good single mothers out there. There are plenty of good single fathers out there too. Every time you say something about the women, there's some woman out there saying, "Oh, why don't you say something about the men?" So I just did. But from the, and then these guys, that's all they do. And you can say that that's all I do too. But go ahead and look at all my YouTube videos and tell me how much is actually the percentages of how much is actually focused on relationship talk versus news stories, current events, and just my motherfucking thoughts. Because yeah, this is my YouTube channel. I'm sorry I have to curse, but hey, you know what? There's a big ass curse word on the screen. Some of y'all gonna say they just trolling. They just trolling. They just trolling. Why ain't nothing to get to you, Kev? I'm like, damn, all I listen to are triggered broadcasts when I enter black YouTube. That's all I listen to, triggered broadcasts. You are acting like the very weirdos that you're talking about. Look at that. Let me show you some more weirdo shit. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, look. Oh, the failed sisterhood. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite memes. Every time some failed sisterhood comes up. I mean, there are sensible, beautiful ass black women. I swear to God, the most beautiful women in the world are black. That's my opinion, though. Everybody doesn't have that opinion. Not this person in particular with this little pose right here. I'm sure if she stops doing that face and she smiles, it'll light her up 50 to 75%. But oh, did I? Damn, I think I deleted that pic. Yeah, I showed a pic last night of a guy that kind of it made Ti look like he was looking on the inside of a cooter. So yeah, that's what I was trying to do. That's weirdo shit right there. Period. Yeah, I hear various arguments against black men specifically. Now, this is not victimhood. This is basically a response to all of that stuff. And you will be hearing more responses from me because it keeps going that way. I don't see movements of people to uplift black men. Quite frankly, that's okay because a real black man, and I'm not finna do the shaming shit with that real man would do this, real man would do that. That really fucking irks me because it never benefits the man you're talking about. It doesn't. A real man would do this with this person. Like, how the hell does that benefit him? I would agree that a real man would take care of his children, which is the case most of the time. So I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I mean, it's fact. Why is that fact being put? Y'all always do this anti-black man bullshit, but you want to push blackness as a good thing. How in the hell you do that? How in the hell you pull that off? Tell me that. This is me asking you. An average, level-headed black man that has spent most of his life keeping himself out of trouble. I am not a perfect person. I know that. But for a lot of the shit that you people complain about, oh, he said, what do you mean, you people? How do I even know he's black? Hey, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Because, see, like I talk, like this was pointed out to me last night because I always say people say this. I always say people say this kind of thing. Oh, you sound like a white boy. You talk like a white boy. I mean, check out any one of my random broadcasts where I come on and show my face. Hold on one second, because y'all see a lot of y'all be playing behind avatars anyway. Like, let's see. Let me do this real quick. Let me show you something. Oh shit. Okay. Oh man. Oh, it's not too much light in here. Hold on one second. Let me turn on the light because it looks shadowy. But yeah, that avatar is actually my face. Hold on one second. All right, cool. Let's turn off that damn camera. And yes, I need a haircut. Look at that. I need a haircut. But this voice is not a white man's voice. So to the person that said that, stop thinking like all black people got to talk a certain way. So let me stop the camera. Because you're only going to get a small dose of that. I don't want y'all to lose y'all damn minds out there. So, yes. All right. Look, is God's word save 7? The same dumb broads would be like, this is what we mean. Black men don't care about their daughters. Yes, that's very understanding of the black male. And what I don't run into is many women. There are women that exist, but thanks, bro. Let me see. But anyway, let me get back to the screen share because I like visuals. I like using visuals. Yeah, back at you. Also, let's talk about colorism for a second. And let me hold up. Let me pull up that Lupita. Like that's been colorism is always an argument when it comes to these social media spaces. So let me go to Google. Lupita Nyong'o, Lupita Nyong'o, who is a very beautiful African woman. Okay, I gotta put it in. Colorism. Oh, this is BBC.com. So I'll be sure to put the source article in the description after the broadcast. Lupita Nyong'o. Colorism is the daughter of racism. Oh my God. Colorism is the daughter of racism. Let's okay. Let's see. Had to check a message real quick. Lupita Nyong'o has said that she was the victim of colorism as a child, and she wished to have skin that was different. Nyong'o was raised in Kenya before moving to the United States. She was a girl with darker skin in her family. Said colorism is prejudice against people who have darker skin tone or the preferential treatment of those who are the same race but lighter skinned. And I'm not saying I'm not a colorism denier. I'm not saying that colorism doesn't exist. I just think colorism is a really asinine argument in the black community, and it's really become a finger pointing bonanza. Because it's like a guy put out a tweet about how he liked light skinned women or whatever, and I've seen a couple viral videos, and I'm not gonna stick to that claim, but because people do that shit all the time. I've seen this, I've seen that, and don't ever provide anything tangible. Like it's always like, but it always leads to, do light skinned people have it easier? Okay, so that makes me agree with Lupita Nyong'o when they make claims like light skinned people have light skin privilege. You know, the whole argument is um, they fit in more with white people. When I hear stuff like that, it makes me believe that it makes me believe that that you want that approval that you feel like everyone else gets. I mean, like I stopped like longing for approval a long, long time ago. I mean, I know that there are standards that I had to set for myself, but this seeking approval thing right there, it just the more and more you do it, the more and more it infects you, and it just is bull crap. I mean, colorism. I don't know a colorism over in Africa. I mean, you got, and if I'm not mistaken, Black China trying to sell skin bleaching cream, and people people going there trying to bleach their skin, and you hear all these little, like they're not even Western Black culture. You hear all these other little islands and these other countries that got these skin bleaching phenomenons. I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, colorism, yes, that's a huge problem in those places because they're trying to take away their blackness. They want to fit in with who they feel like is the dominating class, the ruling class. So it's like this. They talk about Western blacks all motherfucking day, all motherfucking night. But guess what? Western blacks, like, for the most part, besides this light skinned bullshit, I mean, well, I can't even really say that either. Looking at people like Megan Good in New York, the reality TV star, stuff like that. Nicki Minaj. I mean, I tried, but my brain is random access. I got a random access memory. I'm just like, oh, okay. You try to defend something, and then, oh my God, here comes all these fucking examples. Y'all ain't good, no motherfucking where. Shit, Sammy Sosa. Colorism effect. Oh, like it seems like colorism is really bad in other parts of the world. What I'm saying is this problem is easily solved. And I mean, like, don't, like, for you women out there that put all that on black men, shit, I will never, ever, ever not reference the paper bag test, the AKAs. And this was at a time where racism was at an all-time high. Ain't no black man come into the AKAs and make them say, hey, you know what? You got to do that paper bag test. And okay, and then look at this is a dog whistle statement right here. Anyway, colorism is the daughter of racism. First off, I see two things. It suggests to me that only black women go through colorism, and kind of a subtle little claim to racism too. And also, maybe what she's saying is that women are the ones that's perpetrating the colorism. I mean, it doesn't seem like this statement is very male centered. So when I see social media claims from women about black men being colorist and the whole colorist argument being thrown on black men, it's fucking ridiculous. And it's because of the intangible fact that I provided. It's intangible because I haven't provided evidence of this, but it's a fact because this is what I see. You see a lot of little sometimes people like, I hate world star hip hop. It's like, no, it what those sites do is exposes behavior that should be changed. Behavior you should be embarrassed by, because if we don't talk about it, it don't exist. It's like Caucasians and police brutality. Yeah, digest that. But I've seen videos where they make the dark skinned girl and the light skinned girl fight like Fight Club. And usually is they making the dark skinned girl or the dark skinned girl the aggressor. Because all you hear from and you got a dark skinned representative on YouTube, all you hear from them is everybody else's fault. Now, from a black man's perspective, I love women of all shades. I mean, I love my wife, But the color thing had never been anything to me. It was like all through school. One moment I like a dark skinned girl, one moment I like a light skinned girl. My first crush was light skinned, very red. My high school crushes were dark skinned. It happens. It like they got darker as I had crushes. It's like, but I learned to appreciate all shades because honestly, that's what hetero men do. Like we appreciate all women, and I'm not saying that hetero men are not allowed to have preferences because a lot. This is what a lot of these arguments are about. What we prefer. I hear a lot of what we should like. You know, a lot of these little shaming narratives like we should like this and we should like this. We like what we like. If you're not what okay, if you're that man, if you're not what men like, if you're like because most of the time it's like this. It's mostly personality. It's like a diet. It's like 90% of that shit is in your head. I mean, like diet and exercise. I put it like that, you know, and losing weight. 90% of that shit is in your head. You got to get the mental right first. That's the case in everything before you enter a career. Let me take this off because I'm getting off that subject of colorism. I really think the colorism argument is dumb. I made my point about that, and I'm still making my point. So yeah, but it's like you enter anything in life. You got to be let me take this off screen. You got to be ready for it. It's like you go to college, you got to go in there with a good brain. You go to work, you got to go in there with energy and your job skills. You go to sleep, you got to go in tired. Like that kind of shit. And like I always say, one thing I had to learn to do if I wasn't pleased with something or I wasn't pleased with the way I was being treated in a certain way, there's the things called the things I can change. I just did a few push-ups. If I had, if I had problems with the way women were perceiving me, I just I just did schoolwork if I wanted to do better in life, or try to be more aggressive about being motivated about shit. Because I realize a lot of things are up to me. So when you're an adult, a lot of things aren't up to you. And yeah, and for the viewing audience, this is a Q&A. So if you want to throw a question out there, I got you. But it's like I will answer in kind to the tone of the question. I'll just say that. So, so you complain about black male spaces. So you complain about not being treated fairly, being treated poorly, being disrespected. All I have to say is this. I'm real sorry, but YouTube is a volatile place, especially in the black sector. It's like it's not be knuckleheads. It's not be bitter women, so to speak. You know, it's the way you deal with these people when you come across them. If you don't want to be a knucklehead or a bitter, just don't be a knucklehead or don't be a bitter. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's that simple. Like I said, you can't go into some place stupid and expect it to be treated smart. Period. And like I said, due to some of the responses, I understand why you get these reactions. I mean, for real, take a moment to analyze yourself because see, that's something that everyone has to do at some point. You want to get better, you analyze yourself. You want to outdo yourself. You can't make excuses when things don't go your way all the time. Sometimes that shit legitimate, but a lot of time Your gripes. They're just gripes. All I'm saying is this: at the end of the day, everybody, everybody has something to say. But if you want to act like you got a white hood in your closet, and you know what, racial references, they are people get so carried away with that shit. It's like they use it for everything. But I mean, but here's what I'm using it for. I mean, when you refer to whoever you're talking about, you refer to them as niggas. Niggas this, niggas that. A lot of people say we need to make the separation from black people and niggas. But to me, niggas implies that it's guys. These niggas this, these niggas that. Niggas, 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 niggas. I'm not against the use of the word nigga. I think a black person use the word nigga as much as they want. But I don't think they need to be chastised by other groups of people who say, "Oh, why are you using nobody? Nobody should be using that word." No, you're no longer the authority over that word. Ice Cube already said it to Bill Maher. I mean, I don't follow celebrities. I mean, like I don't follow shit what celebrities say. But you know what? I'm allowed to agree with them sometimes. You know, I've stated what I said about Snoop Dogg before. I don't like that shit. Some of the shit that he says. I mean, cause like, dude, you're getting too old for a lot of that shit. I know you're trying to keep up an image, but you know, I mean, I'm just saying this: if there are people out there that say I am too old to address some of these issues, I can say Snoop Dogg's too old to be acting like a gangster. That he probably there's rumor that he never was. But at the same time, freedom of speech. He should be allowed to say whatever he want to say. I should be allowed to say whatever I want to say, as long as it's nothing crazy. Like nothing crazy, like something that's obviously racist, overtly, or and a lot of people say black people can't be racist, but that's debatable. I'll go ahead and say that's debatable. I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no. I'm just gonna say it's debatable. Um, yeah, but other groups should not be allowed what I mean by other group, I'm talking about other race archetypes and phenotypes should not be allowed to tell black people about racism. At black people, African American, melanated, whatever label you want to put on us, descendants of African, ADOS, African diaspora. Colorism doesn't help it. The anti-black man shit doesn't help it either. Now you're gonna say, "Oh, why are you not calling out anti-black womanness, Kevin? Why are you not calling out anti-black womanness?" Because I see a lot of channels doing that already, so I don't think they need my help personally. I mean, they're doing just fine with that. I mean, they talk about that shit all the time. They're not telling you exact. I mean, they always bring up hair weave and makeup and shit, but they'll never they'll never attack the points for real, or they'll twist it up. Yeah. Well, other than that, I am awesome today, and you should be awesome too. Not just because you're living and breathing, but because you have, if you're listening, one more opportunity to be not stupid. That's not my subscriber base. I mean, like, yeah, everybody's gonna be biased toward their subscriber base. I understand that. Like I appreciate all 521 of you. If it's not 520 by the end of the day, I mean, I don't know. It might be 522 by the end of the day. But I will ask people to subscribe because I'm gonna keep it real. Every YouTuber that gets on here wants a big subscriber base. They'll be lying to you if they say they want. I don't need no subscribers. No, 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 no. I just refuse to buy them. Everyone subscribed to me made that choice, and that is wonderful. So you always got to be, grateful to your subscriber base, but at the same time, y'all just like everybody else too. It's like come with fuck shit. Hey, it gets answered. It's supposed to get answered. You're an adult. We're all adults, male or female. You know, when I went on that panel last night and heard all that victimhood, I was like, God damn. It's like, look how you sound. Look at the stuff you say. I've seen you before. Wow. Start taking responsibility for the stuff y'all say. Stop blaming black men. Or go ahead and continue to blame black men, but this shit's gonna be answered. And you can have all the complaint broadcasts you want. But hold on one second. Let me see if I can find that pic. See if I can find that pic real quick. How is everyone doing today? And I hope you're having a good start to your week. Let's see. Yeah, I'm certainly trying to have a good start to mine. I mean, nothing negative or anything. I'm just saying. Oh man, I can't even find that pic. But anyway, I mean, like I said, that pic of T.I. looking inside some cartoon cooter. That's on last night's broadcast. Go look for it. I really want to show you. And this person right here is absolutely correct. Yo, what's good, Kev? That's crazy. Anything to disrespect a black man. You're goddamn right. But I'm gonna say it just like this. It's it's anything to disrespect a black man, but it really surely depends on how a black man reacts to it. Say if someone hurls an insult at me and I had to get used to this. Like, yeah, I used to get triggered. It's like, and you know, you may perceive that as weakness, but everybody has that shit. Especially the ones complaining about dudes being triggered. Yeah, but if I go into a space and I get insulted, it's all how if I react like fuck you, man. It's like no amount of yelling equates to a punch. Let's put it like that. And I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about some of these guys. It's like if a guy comes in and disrespects me, calls me a bitch or whatever, yeah, I'm just gonna attack the points he's making. I'm gonna get more fickle with it, and I'm gonna do it that way. There's no need in me calling him a bitch back. Man, shut up, bitch. Fuck you. You know, there's no rhyme or reason to that shit. But you know, I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna do what has pissed people off with me for years. I'm gonna sit there and make point after point after point. I'm gonna beat you over the head with it, and all of it's gonna be correct. Like we got smartphones these days. People go to their smartphones and see what I'm trying to say. Oh God. But that's all they come back with. Like, well, just think before you disrespect someone. They may be smarter than you. I'm not saying I'm smarter. I'm not the smartest guy on YouTube. I mean, I'm not gonna say who it is. What does that mean? I bow to someone? I don't bow to anyone. And I feel like men should have that mentality. I mean, some people bow to Jesus in church. You know, if that's your belief, that's your belief. Well, anyway, I think I'm about to wrap this up here. Yes, my attack on anti-black manness will continue. This broadcast will be available live on demand. And yeah, if you look at this thumbnail, some of these mentalities I did kind of father. Yeah. Doing something that has impact has an indelible effect on people. I claim responsibility for some of that. But if you're acting in an irrational, ignorant, negative ass fucking way, I can't. No, I'm not gonna claim responsibility for that. You're gonna adult up and you're gonna take responsibility for that for yourself. Yeah. So anyway, we're the habitual line steppers. Remember that burn it in your memory, and you'll be seeing us quite often. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to make an exit. Yeah, it's like you'll be seeing us quite often. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. But I like talking to y'all sometimes. Not all the time. But I'm gonna come to you a little bit more. All right, guys, and Kev we trust. Goodbye. Subscribe. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Maybe I should make up my own like mouth theme music like da 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 like all the other stuff. It's not copyrighted. So you can't get me. You can't give me a strike. Da 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 da. In Kill We Trust.